Welcome to another episode of Forge Father Fire. This episode is called Complacency Controls You. So this past weekend, we traveled out to California, spent a couple days out there. Our oldest daughter, her dance teacher, lives out there, so she's learning her new dance for the upcoming season. And then our other daughter, she just turned 8 years old. And that's where she wanted to go for her birthday, was she wanted to go out and spend a couple of days in California on the beach. And so that's what we did. And it was a great trip. Family had a great time. There was limited amounts of fights amongst our girls. Our son was the best traveler out of all of them. He got so many compliments. Pretty much anywhere we go, he gets compliments on his red hair. So everybody wants to know where he gets the red hair from. He gets it from my side of the family. So my dad has red hair. I have an older sister who has red hair. Here's the crazy thing that a lot of people don't know is my dad grew up with 7 sisters. So I have 7 aunts on my father's side. 6 of those aunts have red hair. So a lot of red hair coming from my family. But either way, going into our trip, we had a great time. And on the way back, we were in the airport. We were in Phoenix on our layover. And I'm walking my son around because we have like a 2-hour layover. And so he's trying to run around everywhere. So I just picked him up. I'm just walking around the airport. And as we're walking around, I see the airport security guy. He's walking straight towards me, looking at me. And then he points at my shirt. I have a Forged Father shirt on, and he's like, Forged Fathers. What is that? Is that like a workout program or something? Because you're definitely a workout guy. I said, yep. I work out a little bit here and there, kind of chuckling. And he's like, dude, how do you get like that? How do you get arms like that? Like your veins are popping. Like how do you get like that? You see me, I got this 20 pounds and this guy reaches down and he like pinches his stomach, like literally pinches his stomach. He's like, I got this 20 pounds. I can't seem to lose. I'll lose it and then I'll gain it back and then I'll lose it and then I'll gain it back again. Like what's the secret? And the first thing that came to my mind when he asked me this was, I just don't stop. I just don't stop. I show up day after day after day and I just put in the work. The biggest thing that you need to avoid is complacency. You see, I was telling him this. I had a full-blown conversation with this man. It was probably like 5 minutes. But I told him, I have so many conversations with other dads who will tell me the exact same story. It's this start and stop process where they'll lose some weight, 20 to 30 pounds, only to put it all back on again. And the reason for that is they're chasing the result. They're focused in on the result itself. So this 20 pounds or 30 pounds, 40, maybe even 50 or more pounds, it's like you got this number inside of your head. And so you're paying attention to the scale. You're looking at the scale and the scale's dropping and you're doing all these things to lose the weight. And then you hit that mark. Oh, I lost that 20 pounds. And so what do most men do? They get comfortable. They get complacent. They feel like they've arrived. So what do? They relax. And they drift back into their old habits. And so what happens? They put the weight back on. So then they need to lose it all again. And so the secret, again, is to never stop, to focus in on the process, not so much the result. The result will happen because of the process. But when you get complacent and you get comfortable, you stop focusing in on the process. And so I told him, get back on the attack, do what you were doing before to lose the weight, and don't stop. It's that simple. Taking it a little bit deeper, which I did not talk to this gentleman about, but this is the key, is instead of focusing in on the result and even the process, you focus in on becoming and being the man that you need to be that follows this process, that makes this process a part of his life. It's a part of who he is because he wants a certain result. Like if you want to look at yourself in the mirror and be 100% proud of what you see, or if you want to take a trip to California and have no hesitation at all to take off your shirt at the beach. If you want to be that dad that turns heads when you go to the pool, when you go to the beach, when you go to the lake, or you're just simply walking down an airport, you want to be that guy that turns heads? You need to be that guy in the moment, day after day after day. The actions, the habits, the behaviors, the routines that you follow day in and day out represent that man, are deeply connected and in an alignment with that man. That's the key. And so I want you to think about where you are in your life right now. If you're like this gentleman that I had a conversation with at the airport who loses 20 pounds and then puts it back on and has done that for years and years and years now, what is it that you need to start focusing in on more? So you stop hitting this target only to get complacent and then you drift back to where you were before. What are the changes that you need to make? Think about it and then get to work.